Welcome, Aquarius, to your July 2025 Astro Tarot forecast. This is going to be a combination of astrology and the tarot, and is relevant to you if your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign is Aquarius. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my temple. My name is Ava, and I hope that you allow me to be your spiritual guide. I have a little channel news before we begin your reading, Aquarius. I've been very busy in the off time that I've had between these zodiac forecasts, zodiac tarot forecasts. I usually have about 10, 12 days between the cycle of readings. So I've been very busy giving you a wide variety of yin yoga sessions. I changed the name of my channel to Ava's Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. And with that, I thought that it's imperative that I give you a sufficient variety of yoga sessions, practices. My yoga sessions are intended to help you to reunite body, mind, and soul. All three aspects of our nature, our being, must be included in our quest for self-improvement and for spiritual awakening. That spiritual awakening can be reached more easily if you're physically healthy, strong, and flexible. Physical flexibility contributes to mental flexibility. I have posted many sessions of various lengths so that you can choose according to the length of the video or the intent behind the video. Some of these may be extremely difficult for you, challenging your flexibility and strength and endurance. I've been teaching all my life, so having never really paused in that endeavor, I remain extremely flexible and strong, and consequently, I don't want you to feel intimidated by any of them. Please just give it a try. So I've filled my yoga coffers with plenty of options for you. So please participate at the level that you feel confident at. Don't try to push yourself too much. Just make these frequent visits into various sessions having to do with flexibility of every part of your body. So I want to thank you for also supporting those sessions. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sessions that I already have up, most of which I'm going to put on Patreon, and perhaps charge a fee of $5 a month or something like that to view them. And then my newer editions, which could be daily or quite frequent, will be presented free for the month. And then I'll put them into Patreon if you want to access previous ones or to continue to access the ones I had up for the month. That's my intent. So they're all free right now. So please peruse them and pick one that you like or at least are interested in and give it a try. And thank you for your support, your donations, your messaging. I think that's it. And now we can begin your reading, Aquarius. Well, as you may know, I follow the transits of Venus and Mars exclusively because I prefer simplicity. And when we're doing a forecast for the month, then I prefer to focus in on those planets, those symbols that ignite the energy of the month more specifically in that parameter of the month. So Venus and Mars generally stay in a sign for a limited period of time, and therefore they give us the current events, the current energy of the month more accurately. This month, Mars is still in Virgo, and Virgo is your 8th house. But Venus spends the entire month in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini is your 5th house. So let's start by talking about that, about Venus transiting your 5th house. Venus is a symbol of love, harmony, joy, pleasure, intense emotional empathy. And it is in your 5th house. And the 5th house, and remember that each house rules a sort of area of life. The 5th house rules pleasure, fun, joy, creativity, children, the pursuit of that which gives emotional satisfaction. And you can see the similarity between these two separate symbols, the symbol of the sector, the 5th house, and Venus. So they complement each other. Their energies are synchronous. They harmonize. So, Aquarius, you're one of the most creative signs in the zodiac. You ooze creativity. So this month, take it as an opportunity to express yourself in ways that are enormously innovative and creative, but that also give you a real sense of satisfaction and pleasure. Be this through your art, your hobby, your children or children per se. You are gifted with enormous creativity to begin with. But this month, you can soar to the heavens and outdo yourself. It may even be an opportunity to find a new avenue, road, path of creativity. And given that, and I'll address this later, that Mars is in your 8th house, which is a very dramatic and emotionally powerful place for Mars to be. This is sort of like an anecdote, a place that you can heal, that you can sort of surround yourself in a cloak of protective creativity, where you can soothe your soul, soothe the demands of Mars. Mars has been in your 8th house for a while now. So it's certainly something that you've noticed as a part of what you're dealing with. So use July as a month of pure expression of pleasure and joy. Love. Love yourself. They say that Aquarians are self-centered. Well, it could appear that way from the outside. But, Aquarius is right before Pisces, and Pisces is where you sort of become spiritually awakened, theoretically. And Aquarius is this sort of prelude to that. So it's necessary for an Aquarian to be self-centered, to explore who they are, why they are, and where they are. All of that. And it may appear as if they're aloof and self-centered, but it's because of this necessity to know oneself. So July becomes a month in which you can truly, freely know yourself, express yourself, be yourself, while dealing with Mars in the 8th house. And let's just move right into that. The 8th house is the house of death. It's ruled by Scorpio. Death doesn't mean literal death, though it can. Consequently, having to deal with things like inheritance, a person's actual death, and the ramifications of that practically and emotionally. But death is about transformation, deep internal and external transformation. So many of you may be going through that in some way, and or it has to do with partnerships, shared resources, dramatic problems or incidents or concerns about shared resources, putting your energy into matters of shared resources, partnerships, shared responsibilities. And again, death. Something dying and something being born again. So it's this deep transformation within you, because you have to deal with important issues of outer transformation. Something changes dramatically on the outside, having to do with maybe a physical death, or it might have to do with some aspect of your life dying away and a new paradigm, a new world opening up to you, all of which demands a lot of your energy. Therefore, Venus in the fifth is quite is the medicine you take for that. And so putting your heart and soul into your art, into your creativity, will ameliorate some of the harsher necessities that Mars in the eighth may be bringing to you. So all that said, I think that we are ready now to do your tarot forecast for the month, Aquarius. And if you're new, what I attempt to do is I attempt to bring the two stories, narratives, together to tell us a more detailed account of the possibilities that lay ahead of us in July. By the way, happy summer to all of you. Thank you for being here, discovering me. As I said, I changed the name of my channel to Ava's Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. So if you're wondering why I have spent so many days doing a lot of yoga, it's in order to sort of balance the channel's overall focus on astrology, on tarot, and on yoga. It is my belief that the body, mind, and soul must be given equal love and attention. Welcome, Aquarius, to your tarot forecast for July 2025. These are the cards. They're the Waite Rider deck. And this is going to be a very simple reading, simple spread, involving only 4 positions. The first position represents the mood of the month, the energetic mood of the month. The second will be what will challenge you specifically again during the month. And the third is the unexpected, the surprise element, the unanticipated element. And then we conclude with the fourth position, the outcome. I shuffle in front of you here like this, and while I'm shuffling, I think about you, Aquarius. You are, I have Venus in Aquarius. So the way I love is Aquarian. Aquarius is an air sign. So they live in the clouds, the mental clouds. They prefer to think about it, to analyze it, to run it through the intellectual channels before coming to a conclusion. It's a wonderful attribute. But it could give the impression that you're aloof, unfeeling. And it's not true. It's just that you arrive at your conclusion. You prefer to arrive at your conclusions through the process of mental analysis. A sign can also be misconstrued to be selfish, self-centered. And that is because you're exploring self. You're one sign before Pisces, and Pisces is the end. You, theoretically, Pisces is when you ascend to a higher spiritual plane. And not all Pisces, of course, are able to do that, but that's the opportunity. In Aquarius, this is the prelude to that. And the Aquarian must know themselves. So they have to spend time analyzing themselves, self-analysis. A lot of them are psychiatrists or, people who are very curious about the nature of the mind or the nature of reality. So they make great scientists as well. They're innovators. They don't often go along to get along. They prefer to find out for themselves. These are wonderful, sterling qualities. Now, it can go awry, and devolve into actual self-centeredness. But the highest possibilities are there for you, Aquarius, to become more than, better than you were yesterday. You're one of those signs that are always seeking for betterment, and I admire that greatly. So I've shuffled, and now we are going to start your reading. But we pick up some of them and we put them into a pile beside the first pile. Pardon me. There we go. And then we make another pile. So we have 3 piles, and we take the first and put it over the second, and the second over the third, and now we're ready to begin. All right. In the position of the overall mood or energy of the month, we have an earth card. So this is a soldier, a knight. And he says close to being a farmer, as a soldier can get. His horse is standing still, and he is looking over a field of a plowed field, a field made ready for seed. So he's probably a farmer who had to serve in the military, and now he's home. And like all good farmers, they look to the future and how to get to it in a very practical, pragmatic way. What do I have to do? I have to sow that single seed that he has in his hand. I have to then water it, nurture it, until I can harvest it. So it's about being very practical, steady, steadfast, not wavering from your goals, but putting one foot after the other in a methodical manner. Now remember, we've got Venus in your 5th house of children and creativity. I think this is a beautiful blend of the two, because instead of just launching yourself into sort of a wild frenzy of creativity, you are prepared to go the mile. Put the effort in. And you are examining what's necessary to accomplish your aims. Now, this may be in the realm of shared finances, of the transformation, the absolute transformation of something external to you, brought about by the death of something, be that a lifestyle, be that some life change. It also pertains to partnerships, therefore. So taking a very pragmatic attitude towards your responsibilities in the realm of your partnerships, your obligations, social obligations to, they say, sex, death, and taxes. Your how you're going to execute your plans. And so this brings a kind of soberness, a practical perspective to these areas. So if you're about to launch yourself into a project, a creative project, you're going to have the ability to achieve it in a very systematic and practical way. In the position of what challenges you is the King of Cups. This could be a person, an older person, not considered a young man, who's either a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, perhaps. And they will challenge you in some way, emotionally, probably. So being challenged to control your emotions. Now, Aquarians are fairly good at that, but how you handle your emotions is the issue here. And the king is a master of his emotions. He knows how to regulate his feelings so that they don't spawn anger or mental discord. So you have an emotional challenge. Keep it on the keep it level. He's a navigator. You see him on the water? In order for his throne to be supported, it has to be level. Keep a level head and a level heart. Don't let your emotions rule you. And if it's about a specific person, this person is good, kind, loving, protective, and it may be calling upon you to exhibit these qualities: kind, loving, protective, and emotionally level. That's your challenge. In the position of the unexpected, we have the Page of Cups, a young person. Also, perhaps Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, who becomes an unexpected element of your life. Remember, we've got Venus in the 5th of children. So maybe your child has come home and it is now sort of some unexpected element, event, circumstance surrounding the presence of this individual in your environment brings unexpected consequences. This is also about messages about a creative project. You see him staring into a cup with a fish in it. That's the idea that springs out from the emotional reservoir of life, of you. So it could be about an artistic inspiration, being messaged about an artistic inspiration, or something to do with your heart, love. Venus in the 5th is very romantic. And this could be a surprise affair with someone young or young at heart who is gifted with emotional empathy. So, joy in the love of youth, the child within you or the child within another, awakens within you an emotional joy, unexpectedly. Let's see what the outcome is. So we have 2 cup cards, emotional cards. And now we have 2 pentacles, earth cards, earth element cards. The 2 of pentacles. Here we have a juggler balancing on one foot, juggling 2 pentacles. Pentacles represents the practical world, the material world, the everyday needs for survival and for material manifestation. Pardon. So the idea is that you're juggling perhaps 2 jobs, 2 material projects, 2 situations, and you're trying your best not to be thrown off balance. Juggling a lot of things at once and keeping your cool, your equilibrium, your state of responsiveness, so that you don't get derailed. Financially, money comes in, but money goes out. And you're balancing this situation so that you don't, again, fall financially. You've got to keep everything on a sort of very tight, a tight rope. That's it. You're on a tight rope, and you've got to make sure that you get to the other side without tipping over. And so when the money comes in, you've got to make sure that it serves a purpose. It has a utility. And so you invest equally with what you've earned. And you can see that metaphorically as well. What you've earned, what you've put your efforts into, need to be nurtured, as would the farmer soldier, who takes his time, who doesn't get overwhelmed by what is and looks ahead to what needs to be done and stays firmly connected to the practical. That is your forecast for the month of July, and happy, happy summer. Thank you for joining me, and please, I would very much appreciate it if you try some of my yoga. I'm just about to show you one yoga pose right now that's energetically connected to this reading. That will be followed by a yoga mudra that will bring in a spiritual element to it as well. So thank you very much for joining me, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. That helps a great deal because I was gone for a long time due to the crisis that I went through in Florida with the hurricanes, losing everything and deciding to move out here. I've lost a lot of subscribers because of that, and perhaps, just the almost not really knowing, but feeling that something big was about to happen in my life. And so when these things happen, change is inevitable. And I appreciate whatever help you can give in alerting others that I'm back permanently and with a vengeance, actually. So thank you very much for joining me and for whatever way you can support my mission here of bringing us to higher states of wisdom and health. Please, I appreciate your donations and or private readings with me. I create audio files of your reading once I get your question and understand where you are a bit. I create a reading and then I put it on an audio file and send it to you. And there are a variety of readings that you can acquire, and I would very much appreciate also you doing that. That helps. And so thank you very much, and I'll see you next month. Enjoy your summer. Welcome, Aquarius, to your pose for July 2025. And when I think of what your reading implied, suggested, was that you need to be steadfast, steady, logical, pragmatic, down to earth. And so the best way to do that is to put all fours on earth, like this. Hands underneath, the shoulder sockets, knees underneath, the hip sockets, toes on the ground. We create stability. And we face forward as we lean back. We extend the arms out, stretching our possibilities. Our shoulders press down, head down. Open up your shoulders, open up the fingers, sit down. Sit into it. Pressing down. We push into the earth. Breathe slow and deep. Inhale, we lift up. Pulling the hands underneath the shoulder sockets, we create stability. And we extend one leg to the back, and we lift it up from the hip, and we face forward. We hold it strong, balancing, feeling our strength and our stability. We hold and breathe. Deep breath. Bend the knee, bring the knee back. Sit back on your heels, extend the arms out, reach out, press the shoulders down, press into the earth. Exhale. Pushing down. Deep into the earth. Inhale gently back up. Establish your balance. Extend the other leg back. Inhale, lift it up. Face out, pushing down into the arms. Hold, steady. Breathe. Deep breath. Bend the knee, exhaling. Sit back. Extend the arms. Press down into the earth. Push down. We hold and breathe. Inhale, lift your head, pull the torso back, seated on your feet. Roll your shoulders up, expand the chest, let me face you. There you are. We roll the shoulders up, We open up the chest, we walk the legs together, we place our hands in prayer, we take a deep, deep breath. Exhale, we bow, and we say namaste. Thank you very much for joining me for your pose of the month. Please wait for your mudra, and thank you for supporting. I appreciate it. Welcome, Aquarius, to your mudra of the month. I've decided on Kubera. Kubera it has many utilities. It can bring to you a specific object that you're looking for, make your wish come true as to the manifestation of a thing that you want, a goal that you want to reach. But it has a side effect of allowing you calm execution of your plans, which is what you need. So extend your arms out and your hands down. We turn the little finger and the second finger, beside the little finger, into the palms. The other three fingers come together at their tip. You touch the tips of the thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger. You close your eyes. You breathe slow and deep, and you envision your plan. We sigh, and we hold. Take a deep breath and see your plan unfolding before you. Exhale and let that plan execute. Deep breath. Exhale, open your fingers and share your good fortune. Inhale, bring your hands to prayer. Exhale, we bow and say namaste. Use this meditation whenever you feel that you need to stay grounded, focused, and ambitiously pursuing your dream. So thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you for your support. See you next month.